Alrighty, so I'm a little bit late to this, but I really expected these these dev notes to come out a lot earlier because they came out pretty much at the beginning of yesterday, or not, maybe not the beginning, but like noon-ish yesterday on JP, and I don't know, I guess it took them a while to translate this or whatever, but either way, gonna be a lot of talking in this one, so if you just want to put it on the background or whatever you want to do, yeah, but we're gonna be going over this new upcoming content and everything. Obviously, if you've already watched the JP dev notes and everything, same stuff, just I wanted to wait for him to get translated because Google Translate's always really weird with this kind of thing, and it puts a bunch of weird random stuff in the sentences for whatever reason because it doesn't translate it correctly. So either way, greetings, this is Director Koo from the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. How are you? How have you been, Knights? Great. The August heat continues both day and night. It's important to cool down and stay safe from the heat during the summer. Thank you. We brought you some cool content updates, which we hope will make you forget this summer's scorching temperatures, at least a little bit. Among the items discussed in the previous devs notes, we'll share the items that have been that have already been confirmed for update, as well as the items that are still being discussed internally. Now let's dive into the dev notes. So first and foremost, they have new content update, Underground Labyrinth. This is actually, if I'm not mistaken, they just added this to JP. It's already out by the time I'm actually recording this. So very cool. I don't know how it plays yet or anything like that because I've not seen anybody do it, but it is already out on JP. I'm assuming there will probably be some gameplay and stuff like that in the next day or so. The name of the new content or PvE mode announced through the July dev note has been finalized as the Underground Labyrinth. Final testing and balancing is being carried out prior to the update. It's already out, so I'm assuming that's already done. Since the Underground Labyrinth is a core content which we have released, is a core content which we have released in a while, we have been preparing it so many of our knights can enjoy the content. As PvE content that can be accessed from the battle menu, the Underground Labyrinth will be opened for a limited time with periodic updates. Okay, so you'll have a time limit that you'll be able to do it, maybe like a month or something like that, like the old Tower of Trials, maybe? I don't know. Kind of interesting. The above screenshot is still in development and may appear differently in game. I don't know why. I guess they're like really working on the rewards, because this is even a different screenshot than we got for the JP dev notes, where they actually had like a little bar over here on the side that showed the rewards. And I'm pretty sure in the very first screenshot iteration that they released, there was like 50 SSR pendants or something like that as a reward, which is crazy high. Like, that's really great. But I don't know, the screenshot that I saw after that, there was more rewards, but it wasn't that, or like there wasn't as many of the rewards, and there were more diamonds instead of, you know, pendants. And then the next screenshot that I saw, it was just completely like all of the rewards were like blanked out with just an image, like a colored image that just covered all of the rewards for whatever reason. Not sure what's going on with that. I guess we'll just see the rewards in game. Anyway, unlike Demonic Beast Battle, which aims to be the most challenging PvE content in the game and require high-level strategies, the Underground Labyrinth is designed so that even knights who are playing the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross for the first time can enjoy it. For knights who are new to the game, we expect this content to be a place where you can enjoy trying out the unique abilities of various heroes and experiment with different team compositions without pressure. So this is a big one. I think this is what's going to make this game mode so much fun, is that it doesn't require like crazy good characters. It doesn't require you to use specific characters or anything like that. You can literally just go in with whoever you want. They're basically all going to be like super dumbed down, and you basically just level them up and upgrade them as you progress through the game mode, which is really, really cool. So you can just use whoever, which means you might be able to just go back and use some of your favorite older units that just aren't as viable anymore and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Either way, moving on. For existing knights, we hope that you can once again experience the fun of challenging each stage by using many different heroes in varied combinations, as they did when they first started the game. We have built this mode with the goal of making it fun, even if you have not grown your heroes, so feel free to set various heroes according to the situation in the Underground Labyrinth and reach the end of the stage. The Underground Labyrinth is scheduled to go live in August, so it's actually coming live in the next update, which should be on Tuesday for global, so pretty soon. New final boss battle update. So in the last dev note, they said that they were going to be doing archangels and that they were wanting to switch it up and not make it super specific on characters like the current final boss battles normally are. So interesting. We are also accelerating preparations for the new final boss battle, which we mentioned in the previous dev note. If the Underground Labyrinth gives all of our knights a chance to fearlessly take on a challenge, then the new final boss battle should be a mode where you can feel the prowess of the final boss's powerful abilities firsthand. It should be something that lives up to the name Final Boss Battle. So I think what they're saying here is that it's going to be harder. I'm just hoping that it's, even if it's harder and it's like, oh man, like that was really hard, like you're gonna want some good units and stuff like that for this. I hope it's not just like, make sure you're using the Bond team, because the Bond team has crazy good HP and you can just use his ultimate at 6/6 to one-shot the enemy and get crazy points. And whoa-wee, I hate that. Going for points in this game is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's RNG. The whole game's RNG. Like, I don't want RNG in the final boss game mode. At the very least, it annoys me. It literally, all that happens is people run it millions of times over the course of it being live. One guy gets an incredibly lucky, run where he gets all the perfect card draws and everything, and he just skyrockets ahead over the rest of the people. And I mean, there are normally a couple of people who are pretty close to each other at the very end, but I don't know. I don't like the way it's designed at the moment. It's kind of crappy. So, whatever. To make sure the new final boss battle is an improvement upon its previous form, there will be some changes, such as the addition of new difficulty levels, a revamp of the reward system, and a more efficient method of earning rewards. So we hope it once again becomes a worthy challenge for you to accomplish. So that sounds good. They're pretty much revamping the whole system as in its entirety. As mentioned in the previous dev note, the new final boss will be present in a series starring the 4 archangels, and unlike the previous final boss battles, each season will have a different theme. So that's pretty cool. Definitely interested in seeing which archangels we get. I'm really hoping some of the newer ones, because obviously the older archangels, like Blue Tarmiel, Red Tarmiel, they're still good, but they're not as good anymore. Like, you basically just use them as link characters at this point. Maybe you use Sariel for like farming or something like that, but I don't know, man. Hopefully it's some of the new ones, because we use those more. Either way, the first installment of the new final boss battle, the 4 archangels, is expected to release in an update in September, so that's next month. That sounds good. Hopefully it's cool. This one's an interesting one. This is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to wait for global dev notes, because I can't even remember what it was translating this to anymore. But I didn't even know what game mode it was talking about when I was reading it for the first time, and I finally pieced it together. Ancient Holy War event renewal. So it's been a while since we've done Ancient Holy War. It was a small game mode that they did for, was it a festival that they did that for, or it was just some sort of event where you could either pick demons or commandments or stigma, and you fight each other for rewards and stuff like that. You just basically just farm a stage, and whichever team farmed the most gets the most rewards. It wasn't great, so here we go. The Ancient Holy War event, based on the Holy War from the original story, was held in March of this year as an event in which Stigma and the 10 Commandments competed to secure more power than the other. Our knights had to choose between Stigma and the 10 Commandments and make contributions to lead their faction to victory. However, we feel that the previous Ancient Holy War event did not live up to the expectations, because factors such as the offense/defense mechanics contribution methods and participation motives were lacking. Definitely so. Also, there were many inefficiencies in the way that the event was handled, as our knights were incentivized to aggressively use up their stamina to contribute to their team. Because of these shortcomings, many of the knights chose not to participate despite the cooperation nature of the event. That's definitely a big thing. Like, I don't know why most of the events that they add for this game have, like, you know, not crazy stamina cost, but like I would find a good balance in being able to do all of my dailies and whatever I need to do for the day for whatever events are going on all in one go, instead of having to either close the phone or close the game and come back to it later whenever my stamina is recharged. And I know that's kind of what they want you to do, but more often than not, you're just going to use a stamina pot at that point. It sucks whenever you do your dailies, you're low on stamina, you have to pop a stamina potion just so that way you can run this event 5 times in a row or whatever the case may be. I don't know, the stamina cost in this game gets ridiculous sometimes. Like, even some of the newer stuff, like, Creature's Nest, Demonic Beast Battles, those cost quite a bit of stamina. Hell difficulty Guild Boss, for some reason, costs an outrageous 70 stamina per run. And I guess I get it to some extent. Guild Boss is supposed to be competitive, and if you're not willing to put in the effort, I guess, whatever, but God, it's agonizing. Anyway, after the Ancient Holy War event ended, we had many internal discussions to reflect on how the Ancient Holy War concept was not being well utilized, and that both the content and operation method should be improved. We have therefore decided to keep the Holy War concept, but will make detailed overall changes to revamp the event. The new Ancient Holy War event will have each faction in its own separate area. Both factions will take part in offense and defense, and the revamp will also showcase different ways to contribute to your team, different faction buffs, and new ways to acquire rewards. Please look forward to the event's new form. This sounds good, honestly. Like, it was pretty bad to begin with. I'm really hoping that it sounds like it's just going to be basically like same concept, same like Stigma versus 10 Commandments sort of concept, but they're just redoing the whole event, so it should feel brand new, hopefully, whenever it comes out. So there we go. Last but not least, we have a Deathmatch Simultaneous Clear event, which I think is kind of interesting. I kind of sort of read over this one whenever the JP notes came out, but regarding the Deathmatch Simultaneous Clearing event, or feature, which was introduced as a new event during the 7DS 2.5 Anniversary Festival. Many of our knights have given us positive feedback, citing that the reduced burden of the deathmatch gameplay. However, several knights have voiced their discontent with keeping this feature available only during a specific event period, and there were many who believe that the usefulness of the event is low because both Belmoth and original demon matches, which are played to grow your hero's hero level to 80 through 100, were not subject to the event. So basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a new event that they're doing in the anniversary right now, where if you get red demons, gray demons, or Howlexes, if you have multiple of them and you clear one and you enable the simultaneous clear button in the top left, I think it is, of your deathmatch screen or whatever, when you go into it, it'll clear all of the red demons when you do one of them, clear all of the gray demons when you do one of them, clear all of the Howlexes when you do one of them. It does not work for Belmoth, it does not work for original demons, but it's like, you can mass farm, the older demons, which I guess I get it. The newer demons are supposed to be time consuming for whatever reason, but they're newer, so they don't want to make them as easy, I guess. But yeah, it would be really nice if they were for the new stuff as well. First, regarding the event period, we are planning to temporarily extend the Deathmatch Simultaneous Clear event so that more knights can benefit from it, even after the 7DS 2.5 Anniversary event. So that's good. Regarding permanent implementation of the feature, and expanding it to other death matches, we are working hard to find the right balance between lowering the burden of progression through the death matches that are essential for growth and making sure that deathmatch is a continuous supported multiplayer content. So that is definitely a concern. I can definitely understand that one. You know, obviously if you're able to just summon all 3 original demons on one go and you can just do it one time and clear all of them, you're gonna find way less matches, you know, less people in, you know, like looking for, you know, deathmatch and everything. Like, there's obviously not going to be nearly as many people trying to queue up for it because they've already done all 3 of theirs in one go and everything, and I can understand that's probably a concern. It definitely would be like a really nice quality of life feature for sure, but yeah, if they can find a good balance for that, maybe that would be great. More details on these adjustments will be provided in the next dev note. In this dev note, we shared detailed details regarding the new content updates and changes to the future events. The upcoming dev note will share our progress on contents that are being developed and updates which our knights will be excited to hear. Okay. We will always work hard to continue improving the game. We of the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross team always welcome your valuable feedback. As always, thank you. So that's pretty much it. I mean, they went over 4 decent things. You know, new Underground Labyrinth. It's kind of weird that they're like, they didn't give a whole lot of like info on this, and then now all of a sudden, like, it's out. Like, it's out on JP. It'll be out in a week. Whenever it drops on global. So I mean, I don't know, I'm really interested to see how it works and how it plays and how fun it is. New final boss I'm actually looking forward to, because I just, like I said, I don't like current final boss system. It just kind of sucks. Ancient Holy War was definitely like a shot and a miss, so hopefully whenever they redo this at some point, it will be a lot better. And then the deathmatch simultaneous clear event is actually a really cool feature. I do hope that they at least make those main 3, you know, Red, Gray, and Howlix. I really hope that they just leave that in, because honestly, I don't ever farm those at this point, and if I needed to, I would want to get it over with as quickly as possible, because all of those fights are insanely easy nowadays. So being able to just, you know, blitz through those and do all of them in one go would be fantastic. So I don't know, I can definitely see that being a nice feature if they can find out a good way to implement it without, you know, screwing up, you know, multiplayer queues and stuff like that for deathmatch. So I understand. Either way, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. I think the Underground Labyrinth news would have been a lot better yesterday before we knew that it was going to be in the patch, but oh well. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next one.